Hey YouTube, we just took our first trade of the year and we literally smashed TP. How did we get this? Let me show you real quick. Let's go. Happy New Year, YouTube. This has been a very beautiful start of the year because we took our first trade and we smashed TP. And this first video will be dedicated to showing you guys the process. I'm gravitating towards showing you guys the process of this training more, and I see that it's helped a lot of people. So without wasting more time, let's get straight into it. So the first thing to start my year with, the first thing is I love to prospect ahead. I love to kind of have a projection of what should I expect for the year in the market. And for you to do that, you need to actually become aware of the news. You need to be aware of what is going on in the news, right? So the first thing I did, to start my year was go to the news to see what is going on in the news, right? And I use the fast bull market. I want to be able to see economic data as to expect, for the rest of the year or the beginning of the year. That's the first thing. When you start your year, you want to know what to expect, what direction is the world going to, what the global economy is saying, so that you can be able to take advantage of those little news and put things together to actually help your psychology when you are actually analyzing technically. So I went to the data news website on the fat bull market. I went to the page. I want to see what's going on. There's nothing really much going on in the market. So clear enough, I know that whatever it is in the market right now will be influenced, right, by just the technical, right? So yes, let's get back and let's take things off so that you can be able to understand what we got going on. So yes, this is how it all started, right? And this is how it played out. So let me take this out and I'm going to back test for you guys so that you guys can see how I got this very wonderful trade opportunity. All right. So first things first was I went to the daily time frame, right? I start my analysis from the high time frame. I use the time frame analysis to see what is happening, right? And now the first thing I was able to see was looking at where the market had actually played out last year to actually have an understanding. I can see the market rejecting from this high, and the last low right here, the market hasn't broken below it, and it gives me an information that we're within a range, and if the market should break below it, then we could literally be coming to this range. So the first thing first is for me to identify this most obvious zone where the market is moving at. So it's kind of makes sense to me now because I know what level the market has been rejecting from, and also I know what level the market is moving towards, and should the market make a move, beyond that, I have an understanding. It goes back into your practical understanding of zoning. If you do not understand zone, you can actually go on to my masterclass or watch my free YouTube video. Go through it. I made a few videos for you guys, right? And I want you guys not to start your 2024 doing the same thing you did last year, okay? So now, what we have now on the 4 hours, I go to the 4 hours time frame. But before I go to the 4 hours time frame, I want to see what is going on. I can see the market moving within a structure. Then I have other structures within the structures right here, and I have this point right here where the market has broken. So now that the market has broken this point, it gives me an idea of what the market is doing within the grand scheme of things. So on the 4 hours time frame, what was I able to get out? The first thing I was able to get out is the fact that the market is moving within the structure, higher high, higher low, and this is a smaller structure, all of this together, making a very strong, push, right? And the market coming back right here, it couldn't break it the first time, but what did the market did later on? It broke it. Gives me an information, right? And when the market came breaking this, what did the market did? It came to an area of support, right? So what do I do right here? I identify my support level right at this point right here, because it all makes sense what the market is doing. Notice how I'm systematically telling a story in the market without doing nothing too technical, right? Forex trading isn't that technical, right? And I need you to start changing your psychology right now. Learn the right way, make Forex fun for yourself, okay? So Now that the market is right there, I can see the resistance where the market has been coming from. Now, this kind of makes sense to me now because just looking at the 4 hours time frame, I have an understanding of where the market might be going to. So that being said, came back to the 1 hour time frame to see what the market has been doing. So the first things first, I can see right here. Let's go back to the 4 hours time frame real quick. So the first thing I can see right here is you're gonna agree with me that we have a low right at this point, right? That this level could not break, right? Because the market went and formed a support. So making this level a new higher low, right? And I would expect that because the low has not been taken off and the market formed into a support and make the very strong push, this could only be a minor retracement, right? So I'm having a neutral bias of the direction the market is going to. So what does that mean? That means I'm open to whatever the direction the market gives to me, because obviously from the grand scheme of things, you can see right here that we have lower highs and lower highs and all the lower highs right here and all the lower highs right there. And from the lower highs that we have right there, we have a situation whereby the market still yet has not broken, this higher low, this higher low, and this higher low. So it puts us in a tricky situation. And this is usually the time where a lot of traders makes blunders, right? So let's go to the 1 hour time frame to see what is going on in the 1 hour time frame. So on the 1 hour time frame, what can we see? What we can see right here is that we have a low right here where the market is trading below, right? And is trading at, right? And this support level has established this whole move where the market has been making this move right to this point, right? And the market finally comes back to break this point, right? And when the market broke this level, many of you guys will take this to be the end and show the pattern. When the market broke this level, what really happened? It went back to retrace. What was the reason why the market retraced? It's very simple. It went back to retest a new, previous area support. Now, what do I mean? The structure goes like this: higher highs, the higher lows, the highs, the lows. Then the structure starts to form, in a way like this, right? And when the market finally breaks this, usually when the market breaks a very strong level like that, it does not have a follow-through pressure. It goes back to find the next resistance to actually eat before it sells to the downside. So in this case, we took our first sell last year, closed us in break even, and the market came back to the same level to test it. That means we have a very strong level right to this point, okay? So let's identify this level out. So we have a strong level right here where the market was rejecting at the time, right? So now that the market is rejecting this level, we see a situation whereby when the market got to this point right here, right, it rejected, it made a double exhaustion to push the market back lower. So let's look at what really transpired right here, because this was the reason why we took a trade, right? Remember that everything we've been doing was stay neutral, because price is caught between a consistent lower high pattern and also a higher low pattern where the market, we cannot tell what is going on in the market. So that means the market is within a range of indecisiveness, right? So our duty is for us to see what the market had done in this zone right here, then we can use it to make a decision. So I went to my 30-minute time frame where I start to take decision. The first thing I could see was that after the market broke the strong level and it went to retest, it established a low right here, right? And after it went back, it went to make a double exhaustion right here, and it came back to this low and it broke the low. So what does that mean? That means that this low right here, where the market came to, is a point of interest for me, right? So that means I'm looking at the situation whereby for me to make a short-term decision, if the market can respect the slow back, looking at the fact that in the grand scheme of things, I'm very neutral about my bias, that means that this could serve as a point of rejection and the market could get back within this range, right? And further breaks it and give us some kind of retracement for a further push. This is my projection to the upturn, right? I sent this trade idea with my Telegram group community. A lot of people say, I always post the process and no gimmicks at all. Just do the chat work and let the work does the PR for itself. So now this is the projection, and mind you guys, I'm still holding this trade as much as he had hit TP, taking some very good profit off, and still holding this trade. Very big profit to start the year. So I went to my 15 minutes time frame. And this is the time frame where I pick this, where I make decision. First of all, I see that this area of support respected this area of support back. So what's the next thing I want to see? It's pretty simple and straightforward. The next thing I want to see right here is to see a change of structure. As you guys know, I made a video on why candlestick confirmation is not as strong as change of structure confirmation, and you're going to see the exact reason right here. So I identified the structure, and as I saw this place as a potential area of interest, I identified my structure, which says lower lows, the lower highs, then the lows back to this level. Then I saw the market made, and I saw a potential higher low right at this point. And my confirmation was to draw a counter trend line right here. So this is the structure I want to work with. That means if I can have the market break that level and break that counter trend line, and I identified a very strong, I identified the retracement structure right here, and where the market was rejected at that point. And I'm looking at the point where if the market can break this to the upside, then I'm going to buy. So that was the reason for my entry confirmation, right? So when the market did that, I got in on my trade almost immediately with a very, very tight stop loss, just right, below the swing, as I explained on my bootcamp, right? I just completed the bootcamp about a month ago, and I showed you guys so many deep insights about like entry, exits, and all of these structures and how to just get around these things, right? So what had happened immediately, I set my TP, right? I had my TP right at the next level of resistance, right? Just to be very, very, conservative, right? And what had happened, the market made that, right? And my TP was right there. So when I saw the momentum, I moved my take profit up because I saw the market was going up, right? I took some percentage off right here. The trade is on break even right here, and that was how I got this very beautiful trade. Now, notice how this is very simple. It just goes back into the knowledge of structures, understanding the flow of the market, understanding supply demand. So you guys, I call it support resistances, right? An ability to put them all together to make a very good decision. You don't need indicators. You don't really need much. All you need to do is to know how to use these candlesticks that have been printed every hours, every minute, to actually tell a story. And when you tell a story, the story can actually give you an information within itself that you can use to predict, what could potentially happen. And you're not just predicting, you predict and you wait for right confirmation for you to enter so that you are trading with a high probability, right? This is a very good way to start the year. If you are being inconsistent, I recommend that you find a mentor to train you. I offer my mentorship program to everyone, and I go into the in-depth of how to learn the forex market from a relative point of view. Remember, in SwingTradeFX, my goal is to make what seems technical the least technical things, right? And my student can attest to this fact. And I wish you guys a very lovely 2024. Remember to trade safe. Remember to use risk management. I do not risk beyond 1 to 2% of my account. Remember to review your trade and actually obtain data from your trade. And I wish you guys the very best. Expect so much videos from me this year. Many of you guys are going to have an amazing year locked into this channel. God bless you guys.